Hey friends and family, welcome back to the channel. You're watching Wayne Carey Global Channel. I am Pastor Wayne Carey, and this is a place where giants are slayed. Those of you who are watching for the first time, we would love you to be a part of our community. So here's what you can do. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell so that you can be notified when we bring forth content to you on a weekly basis. Here on our channel, we add value to you and we give you the best relationship advice from a kingdom perspective, among other things that we would talk about. And so while you're at it, you can just give us a thumbs up. And so on behalf of my beautiful wife, Janice, again, we want to thank you for tuning in. And we welcome you to our channel. And again, we would love you to be a part of our community. And so today, we want to talk about, marriage, again, giving you the best relationship advice. In particular, those persons who are considering marriage is really to ask ourselves the question, why is it that you want to get married? For me and my wife, both of us, when we got married, she was like 38 years old and I was 37 years old when we got married. And I really never, I live in a safe place. When I said a safe place, my home was a good environment for me to grow up in. I really was never anxious to get out of the house and, things of that nature. I went off to college, came back home, but it was never an anxiety, never an anxiousness. I'm going to get out of my mom's house. I'm going to get out of my parents' house to just experience my own life. I just really saw it as a natural process of life that it was going to just happen, and I didn't had to rush that process. And so there's a lot of questions, not a lot of questions, but a question that we have to ask ourselves, those persons who are considering being married. When I got to the point in my life, I got to the point where, I'm in my room, there's somewhat of a loneliness in a way. And, I was ready, mature, and I was ready to just, find love, to express myself to a person, and just praying to God for direction, and just knowing that in my heart I really never wanted to miss God's purpose for my life and never wanted to miss his plan. And so I was very, I was prayed up. I really didn't want to miss, because again, going into marriage, marrying the wrong person, that can be detrimental to our lives. I mean, we can get back from that, because we've seen a lot of persons, divorce, have broken relationship. And, God, through his, through the power of his spirit, revive them and bring them back, whether they can, the second half of their life could be better. But the heartaches and the pain, I'm guaranteeing you that, that's something that they didn't want to experience or could not imagine experiencing. And so when we speak of marriage, or speaking of going into marriage, when we say to ourselves that we are ready, make sure that it is a direction. You ask yourself the question, why do I want to get married? And that question to a lot of persons, and why they want to get married, sometimes it can be one of those things when we talk about unhealthy reasons to be married or for getting married. There's a lot of times some young persons, they can live in a home where maybe their parents are very opinionated. Their parents are involved in their lives. Every part of it, they want to be a part of it. They want to have something to say. They want to be in control. And sometimes we can have persons in that environment, and they say to themselves, I want to get married. And when they get married, in particular, they're talking to a person, and their parents are not so overwhelming, giving the okay for that relationship, whether it's the male or the female. We want what we want, and we don't want our parents to have control over us. And so a lot of times, persons, one of the unhealthy reasons for getting married is really to marry out of spite, to marry out of, I'm going to get married and I just want to get out of my parents' house, get out of their rule. And so when we do that, when we make the decisions based upon that, we are not marrying out of the sole purpose of loving this person and caring for this person. A lot of times we take hate, we take resentfulness into that marriage, and we cannot be our best self in that marriage. And so it's very important for us to ask the question, why do I want to get married? And if you are getting married for the purpose of spiting your parents, that is not going to be a healthy reason to be married, in that there's a high possibility that relationship can become an unhealthy relationship simply because you married for the wrong reason. And so you ask yourself the question, why do you want to get married? And if it's the purpose of spiting your parents, getting out of their rule, getting out of their house so that you can just do what you want to do, just doing it out of spite, that's not the reason to be married. And so great question for you to ask, whether you are the parent or just yourself. Sit down and ask yourself the question, why do I want to get married? Is it really just this time in my life that I want to share my life with someone? I want to have a child. I want to be able to experience what a family is like and give my whole self to that person. And if that's the reason for it, then that's fine. But if you're getting married out of spite, to spite your parents, that they can't tell me what to do, you're just ready to get out their rule, then you have to think twice again. All right, so God bless you. On behalf of my beautiful wife, Janice, again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next session. Have a great day. God bless you. Bye-bye.